Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. My goodness, we are back after a little bit of time away. Julia, how are you?
I am so excited to be back. It was just a fantastic, spontaneous moment you had today. Let's get on. Let's speak about sanctuary meditation today.
Yes, because I know I can be truthful with you, Julia. What is all this nonsense about a 2-hour workshop being able to change your life? Tell us, is it really true, or is it a bit of a tall tale?
Listen, when I first did meditation for the first time in the mystery school, it was the sanctuary meditation. I was hands down the worst student ever. I was wriggling, I was irritating, I was moaning, but because I'd never meditated before. However, the truth is that the sanctuary, first of all, it taught me for the first time actually how to meditate, which I hadn't done before. It opened up my energy, which I didn't know what that was, but it was able to shift me into a higher state of awareness, a higher place where I could access information. But anyway, when I first met this being, my higher self, which I didn't think was possible, the truth is that for the first time in my life, I started to get information from the part of me, the wisest part of me, that actually knows what's going on, knows what this day is about, what I'm here to learn, what's important, what isn't important. And it was like, the ultimate spiritual coach in your back pocket. And I just never had that before. What was cool though is I was a practicing artist, working as a lecturer and also working in film as in locations in the film industry. And what I realized in doing this meditation actually was that sometimes when I was creating, I hit that same kind of state of consciousness. So then I realized, oh, okay, in certain areas of my life, I've actually been doing a version of meditation, reaching those sort of brain wave states. But I never had access to wisdom, direction. That was honestly, it's always been spot on. Always. I mean, that was 2004 when I first learned it. And today we're talking, it's 2026. So it's a long time.
Yeah.
That's something.
So in this sanctuary meditation class, am I right in thinking it's a 2-hour class, and then you're taught over 2 meditations, so you get 2 direct experiences, how to first of all go into your sanctuary, and then how to connect with your higher self. That's the what you get in this amazing 2-hour class. Is that any use for your everyday life though? Because you mentioned the creative aspect, which is fantastic. What about everyday life? I mean, because people are probably going to be out there going, "Oh, I'm a little bit busy," or "I'm a little bit this," or "Oh, is this a load of nonsense?" How would that help the individual? Busy mom, busy worker, busy student, busy. How is it going to help them?
Listen, I'm going to take us all the way back to 2004 because I was working 7-8 months of the year in the film industry. When you talk busy, we're talking, your workday is no less than 18 hours a day. So I know busy. And once I learned this technique, I would use it for I would generally 6 o'clock in the morning. I would use it for 15-20 minutes. And the thing about the film industry specifically, and this will relate to anyone in any part of their life, is that there are a lot of people putting a lot of pressure and a lot of their needs on you. The director is yelling at you, the producer, the production manager. The entire day you are being bombarded with everyone else's focuses and needs. And it is a high stress environment. So, this will relate to anyone in a high stress environment. Screaming kids, lawyers, deadlines, whatever the case may be. But what was miraculous for me and again, why I still use this, is that I would go in the morning, speak to my higher self, get the exact direction I needed to handle my day that day. And it could have been a sentence, an attitude, something really simple, but I would get an approach, a way of being in the center, in within me in the now. Not only did I handle everyone's crazy needs the whole day long. I mean, people would go out of kilter, out of balance, be unreasonable. And I would just stay centered. So I would stay in my center. I would get my job done with ease because I wasn't letting those distractions run all over me. And at the same time, I was on top of my growth, my personal growth, my personal what's important for the day. I was on top of that as well. So honestly, it was a game changer. And so many of the producers actually became my clients because they said to me, how all of a sudden you're so calm? I mean, look, they were always more crazy than me, but they noticed this calm, the steadiness, don't get ruffled. Eh, you know, just delivered, made them calm, made them realize everything's going to be okay. I solved their problems. And in actual fact, they then came to me, very funny, for activations or training and things like that. So, if that isn't relatable to people, but, I hope it is, because being able to stay in your center under stress, under duress, I think that's where it really gets tested for me.
So, I know we don't have a huge amount of time, but I wanted to ask, is it going back to this question? Because I 100% agree with you, is life changing.
Mm.
But in a world where, quick fixes, can it really make that much of an impact in just in those 2 hours? What would be required outside of that, for example? What to give people some kind of real, okay, this is what I need to do and this is how I need to apply it?
Look, I think the first thing with a 2-hour workshop is you get exposure to a technique that actually works. I think that's already amazing. Oh my goodness, there is a technique that exists past there. Beyond that, it is going to need using the tool. I mean, that is important, that you're actually going to need to find time in your day to apply it. For me, I must admit, what I did do is I did the 1-day course, Journeys of the Spirit, later, where I had spent a whole day working with this technique. And it was like, like a gym intensive. I was able to really get my back into it. I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but you will need to work with it, apply it. You'll be able to use it once you do that 2-hour workshop. You'll have a manual, you'll have notes, you'll be able to go right into it. And just start putting it right into action. And then when you realize, my goodness, this is really good, and I really want to be on top of this and really master it, then I recommend spending a whole day with it and doing the next level. But we are in the business of giving you tools. The Mystery School's purpose is to give you tools that work. We wouldn't bother handing down anything. The point is, it needs to work. And it also, there's a reason why this ancient Mystery School has given itself a name in modern times, the modern Mystery School, because the Mystery School has existed, the 7 Mystery Schools have existed for thousands of years. But as it's opened itself to the public, there's a reason we say we're the modern Mystery School, because these tools are being offered precisely because they're relevant in modern times. But with any tool, you need to use it, and I'll put it on a shelf. So I would say that's the main thing. And for me personally, when I teach it, because there's different stages in the technique, even the first section of the technique is so valuable. It shifts your consciousness, your awareness, your sense of inner peace so quickly. So even if you only have time for 10 minutes, that's also a really good start. But I would say you need to find 15 to 20 minutes a day and work with the technique that you've worked with. But you'll have all the notes, you'll have the technique, you'll know how to do it, and you can just go right into it. I hope that helps in giving practical, real
I love it. I wish we had more time to chat, I'm going. We're up with our time, but I know that we're going to be talking more with you again, Julia. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And if you want to join Sanctuary Meditation class, there is going to be a wave of these classes happening in the first week of June. You can join us before that, but in particular over the UK EU. We're going to honour that class and have it in cities across the UK, EU, and Australia. I can't forget Australia. We're looking forward to that. Thanks so much, Julia. Thank you so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Good night, everyone. Good night.